for some tips for planning your end of year wine and food pairing. I am so delighted to have you joining me today. Welcome to Etiquette UK. If you're trying to find me when I'm not here, please try and find me on Instagram or Twitter and leave your etiquette questions for me. Etiquette UK is not about being perfect. I'll repeat that, not about being perfect. Business etiquette is going to help you to grow in confidence, and you'll be able to enter any boardroom and be able to have your seat at the table. People will listen to what you have to say because you'll have the confidence to contribute at the table. Good manners, without a doubt, will open doors for you. Doors of opportunity. People will like you, people will support you, people will compliment you, people will recommend you because you are kind. I'm here to let you know that you can improve your life. Etiquette UK helps you with every area of your life. So are you ready to connect those gaps and start living the life you should be living? Etiquette UK is here to help you live that life starting today. Let's start with a pairing that you might have when you get together with friends for a movie night. So perhaps you might have a pizza, and it's a good one to start with because it creates a easy start for you when it comes to your food pairing. And that in itself can make it feel not as sophisticated as other types of pizzas. What I'd like you to take in mind is that many high-end restaurants actually serve a Hawaiian pizza. So I'm sure you agree. For that reason, it isn't unsophisticated. It's personal preference. Keep that thought. Let's take a look at the history of wine pairing. The concept of wine and food pairing has been around for centuries. The earliest evidence of wine and food pairing in ancient Greece, poets and philosophers of the time wrote about pairing bread with wine mixed with cooked meat. And in Roman times, wine was often paired with meat, fish and vegetables. During the Middle Ages, wine pairing became more sophisticated. Monks and scholars began to study the different flavours of wine, food, and they developed a number of rules for pairing them. These rules were based on the principles of balance, contrast, and enhancement. There are a few British magazines that actually talked about Hawaiian pizzas. The Guardian published an article in 2017 titled "The Great British Hawaiian Debate." And the article discussed the pros and cons of the Hawaiian pizza. The Telegraph published an article in 2018 titled "The Science of Hawaiian Pizza." The article explores the flavour combination that makes the Hawaiian pizza so popular. And then Vogue magazine featured a Hawaiian pizza in 2019, and the article went on to talk about the best pizzas in London. The article went on to praise the pizza's sweet and savoury flavour combination and its unique ingredients. I know if you're a pizza snob, you do have your preferred toppings that you think should be on a traditional pizza. But let's get into some of the nitty-gritty and the basics. Not everyone finds Hawaiian pizza unsophisticated. For many, they enjoy the unique flavour combination. If it's something we do not like, that might be their childhood memory they're bringing back when they order an Hawaiian pizza. It might bring them right back to when they went on holiday as a child, and it invokes those incredible Hawaiian memories, walking along the beach, just having an incredible time. Would you like to deny them of that memory? I'm sure you wouldn't. So let's keep our conversation upbeat and positive, and if we feel that something we're going to say is not pleasing to the individual, or you're going to embarrass them, then it's best not to say it. In polite British society, this is just not the done thing. Not everything that we think should be coming out of our mouth. Sometimes less is more, especially when it comes to speaking. Let's look at the framework for the fail to plan, plan to fail concept. Think of these yachts. There's a lot of planning that needs to take place before they actually go and enjoy their journey. They would familiar themselves with the yacht and its systems. They perhaps practice sailing in a variety of conditions. They'd get a weather report to check the tide. They'd have an emergency plan, and they would also think of provisions that they would need while they're on their journey. There's lots of planning that takes place before they actually set sail and go out and enjoy the adventure, to make sure that they have the best time on their yacht. And that's how we want to approach our event. Do all the upfront planning so that we can have the best event, end of year event, with our friends, our family, our colleague, whatever we choose to do, to bring the best version of ourselves to that event. And all the learnings that we've gained throughout the year. Set yourself some goals and objectives. So we're going to do that by setting ourselves a detailed timeline for our end of year wine and food pairing. And let's start with setting a date. So the date at the end of the year is going to be December 15th, now have a date. Let's now set the time. We're going to have it at between 7 and 9 p.m. And you're going to have the venue be at home. Your guest list is going to be 20 people, and your budget is going to be £500. There are a number of tasks that you've got to do. You're going to start 3 months in advance. So we've set the budget, we're going to stick to it. We've chosen a date and time that works for you and everyone that's going to be invited. In this 3-month period, you're going to send out your invitations so it's well in advance. Two months in advance, you're going to create a detailed schedule and timeline. You're also going to delegate some of the tasks that you need to do. At this point, you're going to start looking at different suppliers Let's work towards elevating our events, and this is the way that you do it, by having good planning in place, good people in place so you can delegate and have support and you communicate with them. Perhaps take some photographs from Instagram or wherever you get your inspiration from. Go on. The night before the event, make sure you have a good night's sleep. So you don't want to be staying up too late that night preparing and planning things. Get a good night's sleep so you can get up early in the morning and you have enough time to do all your last minute arranging and styling of the room without being rushed and flustered. And then you want to allow yourself enough time so that you can actually be present to meet and greet your guests and welcome them, and to feel your best so that you can greet your guests and welcome them to your food and wine get together. So if you follow these step by steps, if you plan way in advance, so give yourself 3 months. If you're going to be having your end of year events in December, then give yourself 3 months. You should be starting now to start your planning process. And if you start well in advance, then you're going to have a wonderful success. Remember, fail to plan, plan to fail. There are a few reasons why fish and seafood go well with white wine. White wines are typically less acidic than red wines. This makes a good match for delicate flavours of fish and seafood. White wines are often fruity or floral notes, and they actually complement the flavours of seafood. For example, the citrusy notes of a white wine go well with grilled salmon, and the florally notes of a white wine would go well with prawns, lobster. White wine has less tanning than red wine, and the tannins are the components that make red wine dry. And this can actually be the problem when pairing fish with red wine, because of the tannin. It actually alters the flavour components of the fish. Like with all my videos, I don't want you just to listen to what I'm saying. This is a perfect opportunity to go to a nice local wine shop and actually discuss what you're going to have on your menu and get them to help you make the choices that's going to go with the meat and fish that you decide to have at your end of year party. And hopefully this video will help you to know the flavour components that you would like, so that you can start to have an informed conversation with the wine merchant. So do some research so that you can have a thoroughly enjoyable day, and ultimately the best way to find the perfect wine and seafood pairing is to experiment and see exactly what you like. Some wine tastings, and I will leave a link down below so that you can actually know what wines to choose, and some wine merchants as well. So these suggestions, these are just a few suggestions of the many possibilities that you're going to find when you get to your wine merchant, and it will get you ready. So I hope this video has been successful in opening your mind to wine and food pairing, so that you can now go and start that wonderful journey. And remember, I haven't used any actual brand names because I also want you to go and experiment with the alcohol-free wines that are out there. There's lots of beautiful non-alcoholic wines that are now of fabulous quality, and so experiment with them both. Enjoy!